On this edition of Motorhead Garage, Sam and Dave are adding a leveling kit to a 2015 Dodge Ram truck. Have you wanted to add more power to your alternator? Well, we have a solution for that. Bugs, bugs, bugs. How to clean off those bugs. Sam has a new product that will clean those bugs right off your vehicle safely. All this and more next.
Hey, welcome to Motorhead Garage. Well, folks, we got something really special for you here. You know, a lot of these guys have these Dodge pickup trucks like this. This is a 2015 1500 Ram. And if you notice, they all kind of tilt nose heavy a little bit. And a lot of guys like to level them out so they look nice and level. And if they do that, they can also run like a 33-inch tire on this thing. Well, that's what we're going to do here is we're going to put a leveling kit on it. And here's what we're going to install. This is from TGC. All it does is it fits between the top of the spring and this cup up here, the spring cup. This only looks like it's about an inch, and that's what it is, but when you put it in there and put it all together, it'll raise the truck up about 2 inches, make it level so it looks good. It's pretty simple to do. Now, for you guys at home, you know, you may be doing it down in your garage. What you'll need to do is get a jack underneath the bottom control arm here, because what we have to do is we got to separate this front hub from the upper control arm. Now, I've already got the caliper off, I got the shock out, and I'm getting ready to do this. Now, I got a jack under here that'll help me do this, because this can be a little treacherous, so you want to be careful when you're doing it. Well, let me go ahead. I got this nut loose. I still don't have it separated, but you want to get it just loose enough here so that you'll have enough play that'll pop down when you hit it. Now, to separate that, a couple ways you can do it. A lot of guys will take a pickle fork and stick in there. Well, if you do that, you're going to destroy that boot. You don't want to do that, especially if it's new. Now, you know, if you're going to replace the ball joint, then that's another story. Another way to do it, and this usually works, and that is to take a hammer, and I just like to put it right here on the side and wrap it a few times. It should pop loose. There it goes. Now, that's why you leave that nut on here. Now, that's under tension, but I got it on this jack stand here, so that's going to make it work a lot nicer. So I'm going to go ahead, drop this down, pull the spring out. In the meantime, Sam's got something to show you.
You know, TGC makes some great suspension components, and to take us through their lineup, we got Tom Capps here. Tom, tell me about all the stuff you have. What do we got here?
Well, what we have here is what put us on the map several years ago. This was the patented original leveling kit for the Dodge.
Okay.
Then from there, we've grown and expanded to the leveling kits for the Toyotas and Nissans.
Okay.
We've gone into the progressive rate coils, which give a much better ride.
Okay, so if you put a progressive rate coil, but you've lifted the truck,
right,
the suspension isn't going to beat you to death.
No, it's fantastic ride. It's much better than stock. It feels like a car.
That's great. And I see this is a pretty rugged-looking control arm here. What's that for?
That's our 4-link upgrade kit for the Ford Super Duties.
All right. Cool. That looks obviously like a control arm for Dodge.
Well, that is the short control arms, the non-adjustable. We build those in all sizes for the various different lifts, but we also have the 1/4-inch steel adjustable.
Cool.
For those as well.
And of course, I can see this is a bracket for you guys. Got the double steering stabilizer. You got that big bracket here.
Yeah, we've got the dual steering stabilizer, which we're known for as well. The dual shock mounts.
And this is a big piece. This is a ladder bar for the back of a Dodge. Again, all American steel, pretty high quality. This is great stuff. It's a great way to go. Let me go over and see if Davey can get this all on by himself.
All right, folks, here's where we are now. What I've done is I've got the lower control arm bolts loose, and now, there we go. Got this set up here on our transmission jack. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and drop this down. I still have it connected up here to my upper ball joint. We're going to drop this whole thing down so it kind of swings out like this. That way I can take my spring that I have right here, assembly, I can put it on there. Now I've also put on a spring compressor. This is just to compress it a little bit, make it a little safer for me, and also make it a little easier to get it in. So once we have it on there, we'll put it in, bring her up, put the whole thing back together. Meantime, we're going to take a short break. Stay with us.
This edition of Motorhead Garage, presented by ARP, is being brought to you by Brothers Truck, your #1 source for 1947 to 87 Chevy and GMC truck restoration. Performance Trends, producing quality computer tools for racers and engine builders since 1986. Ultra Dent, manufacturer of paintless dent repair tools. And by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology.
Hey, welcome back to Motorhead Garage, folks. Well, I got Tom here going to give me a hand on this. Well, we got everything all set up. We got our lower control arm down. Now we got our spring all set up. Now, I showed you before, got a little spring compressor in here, and I put a little bit of tension on it, make it go in a little bit easier. Plus, another little trick here I learned is I just took some tie wraps, wrapped that around there so it would hold this in place so it's not flopping around on me. It makes it a little easier, doesn't it, Tom?
It does. It absolutely does.
Okay, let's go ahead and push that control arm down and slide this in. See, let me get everything lined up here. Turn it around. Okay, here we go. Now we go. Put that in here. So get my dots lined up. Okay, now you hold on to that. I'll start jacking this thing up. And see if you can guide, make sure you guide that in there. It don't slide on me. Okay, well, going in. Turn this around just a little bit so it's lined right there. How you doing over there, okay?
Yeah, we're doing real well. We're coming right up into the path.
Okay. Can you get your bolt in there?
About another 1/4 inch.
Okay.
A little bit more.
There we go.
A little bit more on the back.
Okay. Now, while you got your start there, let me move mine around a little bit here. So, she'll go a little bit more. Okay. What do you say? Can you get yours all the way in, or?
I'm in.
You're in, aren't you? Okay, let me see where we are here. Okay, so let me drop this down just a little bit. Maybe I could push it a little bit more. Okay, I'm coming up on it though. Here we are, and just a bit back. All right, here. We need to go up, down.
A little more back.
Okay. There we go.
In.
All right. I'm glad to see that done. Okay, now, the next step, now we got our bolts in. Got to put on our alignment nuts. Here you go, Tom.
Thank you.
We'll get those on. And I think I got to push this back just a little bit here. Get that in there. Okay, what do you say? Can you get it on? All right, you got her on. That's good. Yep, looks like you got it on. Okay, folks. Well, here we are. And we got our spring on. Got everything buttoned up. Now the only thing we got to do is go ahead and finish this up. Go ahead and tighten everything down and reinstall our brake caliper, and we're going to be fine on this. Once we do that, we go to the other side and do that. And then we have it. Once we set her down, we'll have a nice level truck. Hey, Tom, I want to thank you for stopping by and bringing your leveling kit along. Went in nicely, and I appreciate your help on this thing, too.
Thank you.
Anyway, folks, we got a lot more coming. Stay with us.
Motorhead Garage, presented by ARP, coming to you from Borla Commerce Park.
Hey folks, welcome back to Motorhead Garage. You know, these modern vehicles like this truck here have a lot of electronics on them. They have a lot of demand on that alternator. And the alternators do a pretty good job, but they could use a little bit more power. And we've got Mike Lauer here from Rebuilder in a Box who's going to show us how to upgrade the power of an alternator. Now, he also sells rebuild kits for these heavy-duty starters for trucks and stuff, but we really want to focus on the alternator for today. And Mike, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, tell me something. You know, you can rebuild these, and you've got a kit here that makes it pretty simple. What do you usually find out what's wrong with these things when you take them apart?
Dave, a lot of them have a burn mark right there.
Okay.
And this is what we refer to in electrical diagnostic business as the aha moment. When you see that burn mark, it's got black on the one slip ring where both brushes ride on these slip rings, and the one brush has more current coming out of it than the other. So when you hit any pollutants, or when you get 120,000, 140,000 miles on your vehicle, the brush starts to wear, and it leaves a electrical fingerprint, more or less we call it, that lets you know that, yeah, your alternator's bad and it's time for a rebuild kit to be installed.
Now in your kit, what do you got to replace that?
To correct the slip ring, we have you install a new slip ring, and then also what comes with it is the voltage regulator, which has the brushes on the bottom of the voltage regulator held in by a pin, which you pull out after it's been installed. And then we also show you how to deal with the bearings and put new bearings on it so that the alternator is restored for another 100,000 miles of service.
Good, and that's a pretty simple thing to do for you do-it-yourselfers out there. And all you have to do is just take the alternator apart. Go ahead and start taking this apart there, Mike. Now, it comes apart pretty easily. You know, it's easy to do, but the best thing is they've got a video on their website that'll show you all about that. Now, he's taking these bolts loose back here, and we want to see him pop this thing loose, see how hard it is. It's not that hard, is it?
No, it's easy.
Okay. There we go. Got the regulator out of it. And there you go. So you got part of it done, and all we have to do is take the rest of it apart. In the meantime, though, to show you more about that, Sam and Mark can show you all about the website.
Just keep working over there, buddy. So, Mark, I know that Rebuilder in a Box got a great website. How about taking me through it real quick?
Yes, we do have a great website, Sam. Here it is. We got rebuilderinabox.com, and you go straight to the rebuild kits or information if you want to about starters and alternators. But when you get to the kit page, you get to select the make of your vehicle. We're working on Ford, so we're going to go to the Ford. And then after you get to Ford, you're going to see the models.
Oh, like a F-Series on this, yeah?
We get the F-Series. And then after you get the F-Series, you want to get to your rebuild kit, which is a 3G. The 3G takes you to the actual page that has videos.
Wow, that's great. So you can see an actual picture of it. It shows the slip rings, the new regulator, the bearings, and all that kind of stuff. And it got diagnostic videos. Tells you how to diagnose it so you make sure alternator is your problem. That's really an awesome site. That's a great way to help people.
Have any other trouble, you can contact us personally, and we'll help you any way we can.
Great support team. This is a great way to go. Let's see if Davey can put it back together.
All right, well, you can see what the video will tell you. That website is pretty valuable on this thing. So we've already had and made the changes on this, and now Mike is going ahead and putting it back together. It's a pretty simple thing to put back together. It goes back pretty much the same way you took it apart. When he gets these bolts in there, we tighten that down, and then all we have to do is put in a regulator on that. Got it all lined up there. Yeah, he's got his persuader out there, but it'll work pretty good. Now, something else that they have, if you got a truck starter like this, one of these heavy-duty truck starters, it goes bad, it can be pretty expensive to replace, but they have a whole rebuild kit for you on that. So, again, you can go to their website, check it out, rebuild your starter, and save yourself a lot of money on that. So you got that in there, Mike?
Yeah, the last thing you do after you put the regulator on is pull the pin out so the brushes pop out.
Okay. So don't do that beforehand or you'll have some problems, won't you?
That's exactly right.
Anyway, Mike, I want to thank you for stopping by and sharing this information with us. In the meantime, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we got a lot more coming here on Motorhead Garage, so stick around.
Time now for Brothers Truck Parts Project 72. Restoration tips and techniques for a 1972 Chevy Suburban with Sam and Steve Flanders.
Welcome to another installment of the Brothers Project 72. Dash is coming along great. Last week we told you we were going to put an audio system in. Before we put the radio in, the first thing that needs to happen is got this great speaker here that's going to go in the center of the dash. Steve, tell us about that and where it goes.
Well, it's a great speaker because it's got 3 cones, and it's got one mount just like the original one. Slide back into that same spot and sound a lot nicer than the original speaker did.
Let's slide it in. You know, Steve, it's neat how that speaker goes in using the original style bracket and only one screw holds it in.
Yeah, it was easy to put in there. Tighten that screw down, we were done.
And it clears that AC vent that we put in.
Yep, no problem there. And then I used one of the radios that we sell also that mounts back in the stock spot so you don't have to butcher up your dash. Slid that right across from where the glove box is, put that in, and tighten 2 nuts. Make sure you don't over tighten them and snap off those shafts. Got that thing in there, no problem. And then the kick panels too, slide right in.
Putting these kick panels in, there's really nothing to it. First off, on the driver's side on this particular vehicle, you got a manual vent pull handle, so you want to get that out of the way. Put your speaker in, make sure the wire's clear, plug your wires onto your speaker, a couple of PK screws, a little sheet metal screw at the bottom, and double check everything and make sure it works good. All easy to do. And the last thing we'll do for the audio system is put in these subwoofers. These can be mounted flat or vertically. Going to put them under the rear seat. We'll not install them until we put the carpet in. Make sure you check us out next week as we install a tilt steering column.
This edition of Motorhead Garage, presented by ARP, is being brought to you by Parking Target, thinking outside the box. Splat Bug Remover, the fastest, easiest way to remove bugs from your car, RV, or motorcycle. Spray, rinse, done. Evapo Rust, super safe rust remover. And by Stage 8, the world's best locking fastener.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage. Well, you know, these trucks that we've got work hard. The TV crew takes them all over the place. This just came back from a drag race in the Midwest, about 2,500 miles, and of course, it's got bugs all over the chrome, the headlights, the windshield. You know what the problem bugs are. They're hard to get off, and if you leave them on, they'll damage your paint. If you got motorhomes, if you got motorcycles, your big, nice trailer, especially if you're on the Gulf Coast where they have love bugs, you know what it's all about. We got Ed Ingalls here. Ed, tell me about this product. Tell me what you're doing here.
Well, Sam, this car was as dirty as you see the front of it. The windshield was dirty just a few minutes ago. I sprayed Splat Bug Remover on it, and I was just wiping it off as you came over. Splat is an all-natural, fully biodegradable product that removes bugs very easily.
That's great. Now, you know, this is a product, it's all natural. The deal is with bugs, when they get on it, they bond. This actually breaks the bond. Is that what you're telling me?
Correct. This is not a solvent. It is not a harsh chemical. It won't even take the wax off your car.
Well, it looks like it's doing a good job on that windshield.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's really a safety thing, because when you hit the sun and you got bugs and dirt all over the windshield, you can't see. That's looking good. What about the rest of this car? You got a lot of bugs in the front of this. You've been driving this.
Yeah, we drive this car, use it to demonstrate the product.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and spray some on here and let it soak. So when I understand, you spray this on and let it sit for 2 or 3 minutes.
That's correct.
And that's on dry bugs, huh?
That's right. You don't want to wet the car, you just...
I got the little travel size here, which is handy. And you can put this in plexiglass here. It's not going to hurt that?
No, that's...
All right.
So we'll just let that sit for a little bit.
Well, cool. While that's sitting and soaking, he's got some other neat stuff. Tell me what you got over here.
Well, we have our polishing and wiping cloth. This is a companion to the Splat product. This is a fiber product. The fibers are made of rayon and nylon, and they're 200 times smaller than a human hair.
Wow.
The way these are made, you can see that's a very, very tough product.
Cool.
These are fully reusable. You throw them in the wash. Just don't use bleach or fabric softener and let them air dry.
Sure.
To use this, you simply soak it in warm water.
I see we just got a dirty mirror here. That's right. Are we going to spray something on the mirror?
No, we're not. This product will clean the mirror. It's fully lint-free. And you just soak the product in the water and then wring it out as hard as you possibly can. And you can, like I say, just throw these in the washer and reuse them over and over and over.
Cool.
So this will clean the mirror and leave it streak-free.
That's great. That's really good, like inside glass in a car and so on. You don't want any streaks on it. That's nice. So what else you got there?
Well, we have some hand cleaner. That's also an all-natural, fully biodegradable product. It takes grease and oil off your hands amazingly, and it doesn't leave your hands chapped or dry feeling. It actually leaves them smooth.
You'll never sell any of that to Dave. He didn't get his hands dirty. Let's go ahead and see if we can start wiping this down, see what it looks like.
Okay.
So you got these, just wet these and then wring them out, huh?
Yep.
Well, he's taking these bugs right off, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll remove the bugs with little or no problem whatsoever.
I guess I didn't get enough on there. And this doesn't hurt paint, glass,
No, it won't
plexiglass,
even take the wax off the car.
It won't take the wax off. That's
No,
well, I guess
it's not a
being
solvent.
That's cool. Look at that. It's taking these bugs off. It's doing a pretty nice job. Like I said, if you got a motorhome, you know that's like driving a garage door down through the air. It gets covered with bugs. You want to get it off it. The splat bug remover is a great way to go. Spray it on, let it sit, and wipe it off.
Oh, guys, this is looking really good there. I think you did a wonderful job on it.
Thank you, bud.
Hey, folks, you know, we've run out of time. We're going to see you next time here at Motorhead Garage, so stick around. Hey, get some of this stuff good. I got my car out here waiting on you.
Here you go, all you want.
No,
right
no,
there.
no,
I got
no, no,
tons of it. Help yourself.